Okay, guys. So the best day that we have found to host the webinar is generally Thursday because it means that you can get your list warmed up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with a very good kind of pre-promotional sequence. So you get them really excited. This is crucial that you do this before the webinar, guys. Okay. So time-wise, it's going to vary according to your market, but if you're serving the USA mainly, we usually went around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, again, each of their own, whatever you want to test, but this is the system that Peter and I have found that works best for us. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover in this video the emails that you need to send on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the kind of content you give. So I'm going to actually take you through the physical templated emails so you can actually, just cut and paste and just, fill in the blanks as such. So the service we use for webinars, by the way, is GoToWebinar. You can get a trial account there, dnawealthblueprint.com/GTW. I'm going to cover webinar settings and why we use GoToWebinar in the next module. So I'll leave that for now and then we'll discuss it, okay? Again, what system you want to use for the webinars is your own call, but GoToWebinar has been the best of all the services that we've kind of found so far. Okay, so Tuesday's email, protect yourself in 2015 against this. I've done like sort of comments and annotations as such in red, so this isn't the actual email, this is just my commentary. So why use the words protect yourself? Well, guys, fear of something is a great motivator, especially to get your emails opened. Desire is another, like, make X amount of money in so many days or lose so many pounds of weight in so many days. But fear is always better. So basically we say Facebook and paid traffic is about to have a major shift as we enter 2015. Find out the secrets this 50 million a year underground Jedi is using to protect his business moving forward in 2015. Now, typically, guys, numbers work well in any niche. So if, say, for example, it was weight loss, you could have how this ex-fitness model got the body of his dreams in 20 minutes a day by actually eating more of the foods he loves, something like that there. Then you have a link to your webinar registration. This is a one-off training call. Again, see the way it's presented, a training call, okay? Because on the webinar call, you are going to give good content, right? But you position it as a training call as opposed to being a pitch. And as long as you give good content on the webinar, you're not going to have any problems. So spending over 100 grand a day on Facebook alone is a rare treat to listen to. Over 60 minutes of pure gold. This is a one-off training. Again, you're bringing in scarcity and will never be repeated. Are you going to adapt and grow in 2015 or get swept away by these imminent changes? So again, Wednesday email, it's following on to that. You're just building up the momentum, okay? Something big is coming. Facebook made tons of people almost overnight successes in 2014. But in 2015, that is set to change, and those that don't protect themselves against the imminent changes will feel their wrath. This Thursday, our insider 50 mil a year man will reveal what he's doing to protect himself in this one-off special training. Again, with a link to the webinar. So why have I written it this way? Pretty logical, guys. You see, we knew that there's a lot of people in there that had success with Facebook, okay? And that's the kind of, that would be our attendee on the webinar. There would be people who had dabbled with Facebook and had success. So therefore, guys, this is critical. They have something to lose. And remember, guys, that's the market we're going after. It's either existing Facebook marketers and paid traffic people. So again, when you use numbers like, 2014 was this, but 2015 is next year. That shows this is real time. And remember, guys, fear is a massive driver. So if they have been having success with something and they think they're going to lose it, are they going to want to protect themselves? Of course they're going to want to protect themselves. And then this is important here, guys. In fact, here is some preview content, a 7-page PDF report, how to escape FB's wrath in 2015. And then you have a link to the PDF. Now here's a thing we've done as well, guys. If you're trying to kind of leverage your content, you can literally just get some of the sample slides of the content of the webinar, put up an intro page, and give that away as the PDF. And then on the PDF, the footer of each page, have the reminder about the webinar. Keep giving the registration link, okay? So you can kind of do two birds with one stone. Just use the slides that you're making for the webinar. Be sure to download your PDF and register for the call now on, put the date and time there, webinar link. There's over XXX registered already. So then, guys, what you want to do is, and obviously giving away these PDFs and download stuff is really important because you're conditioning them to what's going to be, because if you're giving them slides of what's already on the webinar, they're going to be conditioned to the style of that. Again, this is really, really important, okay? So then subject, Thursday's email, bad news, okay? See the subject line, guys, bad news. It's exceptional. It's probably one of the best subject lines I've ever used. The trick is not to overuse it with your list or they'll begin to hate you. But if you use it sparingly, you can get really good results. Okay, guys, just logged in, checked our stats. Looks like tonight's webinar about title is already full. Now, I knew tonight's call was important, but it seems people like you're really concerned. Again, I'm using the word concerned. I'm really driving the fear factor home about the big changes coming. I've made a few calls to the webinar company and we're increasing the number of lines. If you've not registered, this is your last call. Remember, this is a one-off call, again using scarcity, guys, with a $50 million a year man. It's a rare special treat and happens in less than 12 hours. Notice I'm being specific, guys. I'm not saying half a day or something like that. I'm saying 12 hours. See you on tonight's call. Get there 5 to 10 minutes early as well. Sorry, I just missed this. So, two very important things before tonight's call. Make sure you download the PDF, How to Escape FB's Wrath in 2015 here. Close down Facebook, Skype, and any other distraction. Lock yourself in the room and read every word. Okay, guys, what's going on? This is actually super duper important because you just think, oh, we're just telling them something. We're actually using advanced psychological warfare, guys. What we're doing here is we're conditioning people to obey certain actions. It's called an anchoring process, guys. So when we tell people to actually buy in the webinar call, they're more likely to take action. Now, let me tell you where I started testing this out. I live with a great friend of mine and testing fanatic, Dave Miz. And Dave used to work in boiler rooms. And he basically said when he was selling like commodities, anywhere from like $5,000 to $50,000, literally over the phone, you had to be damn good on the phone. So we've had some really good conversations about it. And what he would do was he'd be like, okay, guys, are you listening? Right, go and get a pen. And then the guy would talk and go, okay, but this. And Dave wouldn't speak. He would just be, have you got a pen yet? And they'd be like, what? And you're like, go get a pen and we'll continue. And he would wait until people had got the pen, because what you're trying to do, guys, is you're conditioning your customer to take action and you're getting them to do what you say, okay? So it's a really, really powerful trick. You're going to like that. So that tip alone is going to add on some nice bottom line to your business. So again, very rare special treat. It happens in less than 12 hours. There's the link. See you on the call. So guys, that is the 3 emails leading up. These are the emails we use all the time. Works like gangbusters. Just modify the templates for your own niche and you should see great results. So in the next one, we're going to go into webinar settings and why it's very, very important you get these right from the outset.